In question 4, we have to find two consecutive positive integers. The sum of whose squares is equal to 365. So by consecutive, we mean one after the other. So if the smaller integer, or if the first integer is equal to x, then the larger integer will be the one right after x, and that is equal to x plus 1. Now we are told that the sum of their squares is equal to 365. So this means that x square plus the square of x plus 1, this should be equal to 365. And from here we can get a quadratic equation in x. Let's write it in the standard form. We have x square, and now let's expand this square. So we get x square plus 2x plus 1, and this is equal to 365. So let's write it in the standard form. So we have x square plus x square, so that's 2x square. Then we have 2x, and then we have 1, and we bring the 365 term to the left side. So we get minus 364. This is equal to 0. And now we see that there is a common factor of 2 in each coefficient. So let's take that out and divide both sides by 2. So we will get x square plus x minus 182 is equal to 0. Now to solve this quadratic equation, we will split the middle term x. So we need to find out two numbers p and q such that their sum is the coefficient of x, which is 1, and their product is the coefficient of x square, which is 1, times the constant term. So this is equal to minus 182. So to figure out this pair of numbers, you will have to think about the factors of 182, and you can note that 182 can be written as 13 times 14, and the difference of 13 and 14 is 1. So from here we can immediately guess that the two numbers must be, because we need the sum to be 1 and we need them to be of opposite signs, the two numbers will be 14 and minus 13. So this is how we can split the middle term. So we can split the middle term x as 14x minus 13x. And then we have minus 182 equal to 0. Now this can be factorized easily. From the first pair of terms, we take out x common, so we get x times x plus 14. And from the second pair of terms, we take out minus 13 common, and this time we get x plus 14 once again. And now we have a common factor of x plus 14, so we take that out. So x plus 14 times this x minus this 13, this is equal to 0. And now we can say that the two roots of the equation are x equal to minus 14, which is the 0 of this first factor, and x equal to 13, which is the 0 of the second factor. So there are two possibilities. The smaller integer is x, so that's 13 if I take this root, and the larger integer is x plus 1, so that's 14. The other possibility is that the smaller integer is minus 14, which means that the larger integer will be the next one, which is minus 13. So in both cases, the sum of their squares is 365. But what we have to keep in mind is that we were told that the two integers are positive. So we cannot take this pair of integers. This is not a valid answer because of this reason. So the only valid answer in this case is 13 and 14. So the two integers, two consecutive positive integers, the sum of four squares is 365, are 13 and 14.
To learn more about how QMath can help you crack school and board exams, explore QMath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.